For as long as I played keyboards, I've been using both analog and digital synths. For my first two albums, solo albums, I decided to use only analog synths because I wanted to restrict myself, make a tighter palette, and that way be more creative. But in the future, I would also like to learn more of digital synths. It was in fact a digital synth that put me on the path towards my first album, To Jupiter and Back. It was a Roland SH201, and I made one of the first demos for the album using only a Roland SH201. But I sold that one and I got its predecessor, which is the JP8000 instead. This is famous for its super saw oscillator, which sounds like this. This is basically like 7 oscillators which are stacked into one, and you can spread them in tuning. And yeah, it's famous for it's used a lot in trance music, but it can also make really nice analog type of sounds. And I used these sounds on Kasim Bedlam's debut album and played stuff like this. And you can also split the keyboard. So I used that a lot when playing fast things with the same chord, which is kind of difficult to do with one hand if you want to say, for instance, take like 16th notes and just play one rhythmical thing on a chord. So what I did, I split the keyboard into two, and I have the same sound on both sides in the same octave, but some variation in the sound, a bit more cut off, more filtered sound on the left part. And that helped me to play something like this. But since it's a digital synth, you also get a quiet crispness to its sound, which is difficult to achieve with an analog synth. And you can get some beautiful pads out of this one. But an interesting feature with this synth is its possibility for velocity sensitivity. You can assign a velocity to basically anything, and it goes fast. I mean, if you have a sound that you want to assign velocity to, I mean, so that when you play harder, it affects some part of the sound. You basically just press velocity assign, and you choose the parameter that you want the velocity to affect, for instance, filter. So now when I play harder, it opens up the filter. And you can do this for any parameter. Let's add some decay and release to the envelope. And I mean, it's really fast. So that I think is really amazing. I prepared a sound for you where I have, when you play soft, it's really kind of like a muted thing. And when you play hard, it opens up the envelope, it opens up the filter, and it adds some LFO. So it makes, you can play almost like guitar type of things with it. I also have Roland's first digital synth, the D50, or the rack version of it, the D550 here. And I thought I'll show you a few sounds of it. I've used it quite a lot with various rock bands because it has kind of a really unique character as well. There's really nice string sounds, and those fast strings, but also slow strings. And various type of pads. And different type of bell sounds as well, because it's a it has a sort of you could say it's the Roland's first analog modeling synthesizer, because the one part of it is based on subtractive synthesis and the other part is based on sample playback. And it has quite interesting effect sounds as well. So that's the D50.